Hello and welcome back to House of Iron 4. I'm Count Christo and this is the Luxembourg World Conquest. We are just about, almost, capitulating the Soviet Union. I've decided we've been fighting this war wrong. We need to focus more on Moscow. So what I'm going to do, I think, is just basically say all of my troops, we're going to take Moscow. We took Stalingrad in the south and that was definitely very useful, but we're going to focus now on Moscow. So I'm going to have all these guys halt their attacks, gather here to take out Moscow, and I'm a bit concerned because I don't really want to have to split my attention between the east and the distant west in our upcoming war with the US, which begins in 22 days. Well, no, not quite so. Begins in the soonest time in 22 days. We'll probably leave it a little bit longer than that. We're powering out troop after troop, a bunch of armoured divisions almost done, very excited about them. So yeah, we're going to redeploy some guys to this this front and we'll see what we can do to push Moscow down, which would be great. I don't think 50 victory points, that's probably not enough to capitulate them. My concern is at some point they're going to do something, I don't actually know what it is, that's going to increase their national unity up to 90%, and if that happens it's going to be a much longer and more protracted war, and if possible I would very much like to avoid that. Oh, we've got some Italian expeditionary forces down here helping, that's cool. Looks like Moscow might fall even though I just told all my troops to stop. Looks like the Germans are going to pull it off on their own, which is always good. No, perhaps not. I spoke too soon. But if we can get an encirclement on Moscow, they're doomed. Let's see what we can do. Pushing towards Kalin, that's a good 10 victory points there, if we can take that. Battle for Moscow continues. Let's try and halt their reinforcements from getting in if we can. Keep plenty coming up here. Oh, not across the... Well, actually, they did manage to push across that river, I'm impressed. Fantastic, now if you come in here... Okay, getting very close. Looks like the US is justifying against us. I forgot about that, that's funny. It's been a little while since I had since I was recording. So yeah, the US is about to declare war on Germany. Ideally we want to try and take out the US before Germany does anything to them, because we want to get all the credit for taking them out. It's actually really annoying that they're justifying on Germany. Hopefully we'll be able to maintain all the credit for where it is actually due, which is of course us. This encirclement of Moscow is going quite well. If we keep doing this, they're going to be in real trouble very soon. Right. Oh, that's silly front lining there. There we go, fix that. Oh yes, and halt the actual plan. I don't need a plan to be active right now. We just need to take Moscow. Right, let's push in here if we can. Oh, nearly finished this beautiful encirclement. Oh look, have you got some volunteers? Yeah, US has sent volunteers to the Soviets. Treacherous US. There, looks like that should push through. How is our Field Marshal coming? Wow, he's rubbish! Forgot about that. Hopefully the war in America will rank him up a bit. Let's see if we can push in here. If we can just pocket them, then it'll get easier. They won't run out of supplies, because of course Moscow itself produces a huge amount of supplies, but they will quite rapidly start getting some penalties from encirclement, which could be a real problem for them. Let's see if we can just push any and all available nearby troops into this fight. Looks like it's going to be... Yes, there it goes. Moscow is taken, and that puts the Soviet Union at only 85%. That's not the best. Okay, so where is the next... It's these, isn't it? These four could make a difference. So let's extend our line again. Of course, we just shortened it and then extended it again. But let's make this more practical. Let's see if we can give the AI a hand. I want you to take those high-value cities just there. Yeah, those ones. Good. Okay. So let's let the AI just halt all their orders so they spread out nicely. Fall of Moscow, indeed. Fantastic. Lenin's body has been moved somewhere. I didn't know that until I played this game. They have... Apparently still in Russia, they have Lenin's embalmed corpse in a museum. It's really weird, but maybe that's just me. Oh, I didn't quite take Kalin there. So wow, Moscow is only 10% of their victory points. I'm surprised. I would have thought it was significantly more than that. Oh well. Wow, this is interesting. There appears to be a bit of a lack of people here. Well, I'm not going to complain too much. If they're going to let us just pour in, we shall indeed do so. How's our fabrication? 6 days. That's rather close. You going to give me any states? No? How about you? Yeah, they will. Give me some of this done here. Ooh, look at that. They're willing to give me loads. Beautiful. The more states we have active control of, the more, I think at least, the more occupation credit we're going to get for this war. How are we doing participation-wise? Since we did join very late, so it presumably won't be too high. 4%. It's probably enough to take Baku. I think that's how you say it. Baku? Baku? I don't know. Right, let's activate this plan. Just get them pushing in here since there's basically no one there. They're all aggressive. Oh no, they aren't. Set them to aggressive, definitely. I think once these major cities here fall, that should be enough. Ooh, they're up to 88%. Yeah, each of those 10 city ones appears to be about 3%, so they're definitely in a spot of trouble at this point. We can say that at least. Yaroslav, I think that's it. Pronounced. It's 5. It's not bad. Okay. This is actually a good opportunity to look at what the American divisions are like. Ooh, they're quite good. Base attack of 185, base defense of 300. It's pretty good. How does that compare to our new armoured divisions, though? Ooh, nowhere close. Our new armoured divisions are going to really bring the hurt to the US. It's going to be very damaging. Okay, so there's the fabrication. It looks like we're fairly evenly spread on this front line. Ooh, I'm liking how lacking their defences are over here. Okay, I think... Do we have a navy? We don't have a navy. I think we're ready to go. Just a bit more spread out over here. And as soon as that's happened, I believe we shall commence the assault on the US. Of course, once the US falls, we're just going to be an unstoppable powerhouse because there's so many factories and so much resources and so much population in the US. I had a question about why I'm not doing one of the other doctrine trees. Rather than just going down Superior Firepower Doctrine, because of course there's extra manpower down here and extra manpower over here. This one is rubbish, and I've decided that we don't need it. We've got 1.5 million manpower left, and we've got a grand total of 1 million already in the field. I really don't think we're going to have trouble manpower-wise from now on. I think we're fine. So that's the logic there. Pushing in nicely. Okay, let's see how... Garrisoning the US is going to be a wee bit of a problem. We have got these 100 divisions of military police coming. Have I set the military police to not have the latest equipment? I haven't. Okay, let's ban them from using the latest equipment. Oh, and change... Well, I don't need to do that. So those 100 coming over should help out. Convoys are going to be an issue, especially for these military police. It's going to take them quite a lot of convoys to transport across. Okay, they repositioned yet? I still have one here. That should be okay. It's a good division. It's very dug in. This could be a disaster. It would make I don't know, it would make for an interesting campaign if this was a total disaster and we lost at this point. But let's go for it. Declare war on the United States. Only 26% world tension. I'm surprised. Okay. Luxembourg declared war on the United States. Not something you often see. We are not going to call any of our allies. We want this to be our war and our war alone. Now, they've left Detroit open. How very generous of them. So we will happily accept their offer of Detroit. There's one paratrooper division we should be able to push through. These guys look a bit more tough. I might not push there. Although over here, if they're going to let me take Seattle, I won't say no. You know how I feel about empty fronts. Good, we're able to push in there. Any pushes from them? None immediately. That's good news. These guys all want to join our war. Nope, we refuse. Thank you for your offers. It's very generous, but no. Oh, Detroit, sorry, wasn't completely undefended. Oh, that's great. That's going to really help us out against the American tanks. Now, it's 42. Yeah, we should definitely get support weapons. I should really have gotten that earlier. Oh, they've moved. All right, Buffalo's ours. Looks like. Oh, they've readjusted up here. That was unwise. If we hold them there, we can probably do a nice little... Ooh, that's odd. I didn't realise that's how that laid out. Looks like we can do a bit of a push in here. Just familiarise myself again with the icons. Forgive me, I'm slightly behind on what's going on because I've just started this this recording session. So I'm going to be a little baffled by some things like what's the meaning of the different icons? Oh right, these are the ones from down in what's it called? This country, Congo. Down in Congo, the Congo. Sorry. That's why there's two different icons. Cool. 3 military factories. I think heavy tanks. We're fine on everything else, right? Yeah. Well, actually, we need quite a lot of infantry equipment. Let's put another row of... No, let's get some infantry. We've got lots of infantry equipment going. We just switched over. That's why there's a lack of infantry equipment at the moment. Ooh, Sevastopol. We haven't taken that yet. That's 20 victory points right there. That could be a very significant win. Can we push across there? We can. Good. This is all still going well. I should probably focus my attention. Oh, resource shortage. Steel. Let's get a bit more from good old Germany. Pushing into Detroit without too much trouble. That's good. Oh, they've withdrawn from here. Well, as always, we shall accept undefended land with open arms. Are they shuffling stupidly across this line? Yes, they are. Let's see about a push. Let's see about a push. Just this front here. See how they do. Ooh, terribly. Truly terribly. Alright. Forget that. I'm going to keep these battles going, just in case any of them turn into our advantage. No. No, okay, so I'll halt those attacks. But we did manage to take Seattle, so Washington is now under our control. Unfortunately, the state, not the city. Let's see if we can push in here. That could be good. Take this river, and then if we push down the west coast here, that could be good. Think about which coast it was from over there. Okay. So how are we looking over on the Russian front? Pretty good. Alright, let's make this more ambitious then. Ooh, not what I meant to do. There we go. Pull this one up. Bring it back down. Cool. Just push. Push, 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 lads. How is the Soviet Union? Oh, wrong war. 93%. As long as they don't suddenly jump up in national unity, they are very nearly at the end of their rope. Now, I don't know if the US will declare war on Germany when they finish that focus, because it's historical focuses, so they shouldn't declare war on Germany. They should just ask to join the Allies, and since the Allies doesn't exist, does it? No. See, there's no Allies, so there's no one for them to join, which would of course be the historical thing for them to do. I'm so pleased, by the way, that the Chinese United Front is still beating Japan. It's going to make Japan so much easier to take out later in the war. 3 military factories. Wow, there's lots of them up there in Washington, apparently. Well, more infantry equipment since we are short, and then it's just going to be tanks for days. I want as many of these heavy tanks as we can possibly get. I'm going to rush deploy these divisions, I think. How long am I saving myself? 2nd of June. 8 days. No, there's no point rush deploying them because they're going to deploy over here, and we haven't got the convoys to send them over in a hurry anyway. So what I will do is assign them to this front here. I think that's the front where we're going to have the most trouble. Pushing through here is going to be tricky. Ooh, they've heavily reinforced Buffalo. What? I swear it said 18. Did they just vanish? Am I crazy? I thought it said 18 here a second ago. Well, we seem to be pushing in there now. Oh, we've also taken Michigan. Excellent. You control a state, incidentally, in case you don't know, when you have... what is going on here? Oh, no, that's the wrong one. I really wish front lines would just stay where you put them. Alright, so that one is the one that goes over there. And that one is the one that comes over here. Good. Yeah, let's see if we can push down to these 4. That would be a good place to hold, I think. Let's do that. Yeah, you control a state, and therefore the factories within that state, when you have the majority of the victory points, and as you can see, in Michigan, Detroit is the only victory point. What's your national unity like? Only 55! Wow. Okay. Pushing down the US is going to be easier than I thought. There's Bangor, pushing in here. This is all, of course, rightful Canadian land, which is what our justification for war is. It should all be, since we are now the new Canada, it should all be rightfully handed over to us. Oh yes, I should probably call in my... might as well call in my puppets. It would be quite entertaining if Australia managed to, titchy little Australia that it is, managed to invade the Philippines for us. That would be very entertaining. Right, ooh, there we go, they both joined. No, they've reinforced again. Oh, it's because they instantly left. Okay, well I'm going to leave them there. There's no desperate need to push on that front right now. In fact, I'm going to have 2 of them come down here and help out in the holding of Detroit. Stop moving my front lines, please, and thank you. United States joins the Allies. Ah, so who does that put them in a faction with? I thought I just determined there were no allies. Ah, New Zealand. I can't imagine New Zealand's going to be a major, though, if they get called in. Surely. Oh, and South Africa. We have land now down near South Africa, don't we? Yes, that's a bit of a concern. Alright, let's start some recruitment of some artillery divisions down in the Congo. What are they short of? Infantry, yeah. Well, let's try and, on the highest priority, deploy some artillery divisions down here in the Congo to hold down here in case they call in South Africa. It'd be annoying to lose our chromium because we need it to produce our tanks. Yeah, there we go. That is a bit of pain. Alright, well, in that case, shall I redeploy some of these guys? Yeah, okay, half of these guys are going to redeploy to down here. Here seems like the sensible place to hold, if they can get there in time. Which, to be honest, they probably can't. It's a long way to go. Ooh, but, what are these guys doing? Ooh. Very interesting. Good. Well, they are much closer. We have military access all the way down there, right? Oh, no, we don't. That's irritating. Just because Turkey's in the way. I can't get military access from Turkey either. Okay, well, we'll just have to let them try and get down there on their own. We can modify our government. Someone... No, it's a different series. Material designer? Armour expert. Since we just started getting lots of armour, I think that's probably a good plan. Let's aid in that attack. Good, these extra 2 coming in should help. There's the call in of New Zealand. So hopefully neither of those 2 got added as major powers. They really shouldn't. New Zealand is a major power. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, so we're going to have to invade New Zealand, which means we're going to have to build some boats, which is annoying, but oh well. Let's get on that. We'll just build some subs since they're the cheapest. We'll have to do that. We can have them deploy to Vlaanderen. I'll prioritise them number 1, so we definitely get them out as soon as possible. More steel from the Germans. It looks like the Soviets are just about to capitulate, which is very welcome. By taking all these cities, we've really pushed into them. Yaroslav should probably do it if I had to guess. Let's push in there, stop there, hold them there. Come on. How long? 1 day, 2 days almost. Not too long. These guys can come in after not too long. So that should be good. Great, well the continued push against the Soviet Union is going really well. Start of the war against the US is interesting. Ooh, we're losing. Oh no, they're going to pocket us. No. We can't let them retake Washington here. Also Detroit. Oh, game's hanging. Please don't die on me, Hearts of Iron. Oh, that's why. Soviet Union's capitulated. Excellent. Okay, so the peace deal for that one's coming up. Didn't capitulate to us by some weird coincidence. No, but we did. Some of them did. That's very weird. Interesting. Okay, well, let's... the United States stands against fascism. They will indeed have to prove their words with steel. So the US are just about to declare war on... there you go. The US has declared war on the German Reich. And of course the German Reich is going to call us into that war. And I'm going to say, no. Go away. And as this day ticks... Peace treaty! Great. So... The Germans took all that land that's not highlighted as available right now, but they didn't take Azerbaijan, which is glorious, because this is the best province in the Soviet Union. Okay, so there's loads of oil there. What else would we like? Ooh, yes, this one. This one here has steel, chromium, tungsten. Where else? They did take Vladivostok. That's annoying. As a useful one strategically. Oh, we can't even afford these 2. Okay, well, we'll just take Azerbaijan. That's so good. Okay, now we'll pass to get some more points. And then, yeah, where is it? That one. And, oh, they took the ones up here. That's annoying. well, we were in this war just for Azerbaijan, basically. Some steel up here, might as well take that. The border gore is going to be real after this peace deal, but doesn't really matter. Yep, that one. A bit more steel. No, not quite. Where else? I'm not taking this land for its strategical value. Mongolia should have a couple of factories in it. Oh yeah, 6 military, 6 civilian, very nice. We're just taking this land to hold, basically, very short-term basis while we... there's a couple of... Where's some factories? Let's have a look. Oh, 5 military factories just there. Can't quite take it. If I pass, then I can take it. Oh, no one appears to be taking Xinjiang. So maybe I can get all of this. Yeah, looks like it. Germany just ended their negotiation. Okay, so is that everyone thing? Yes, that's everything. Okay, let's... done. Process the peace deal. So that's great that we got all this oil down here in Azerbaijan. Of course, we're going to get loads of oil once we take out the US, but until then, it's going to give us a huge, nice surplus. Actually, it's not that huge, but it's okay. Surplus of oil, which is very welcome. And we got a bunch more chromium, a bunch more steel all over this place over here. Great, and this is actually not a bad place. If we could just take Tibet, then we'd have this whole area to have a big front here to push into Germany from this side, because we can't let Luxembourg itself fall when we're at war with the Germans, because if Luxembourg itself falls, we lose the game, because it's our only core state. So with that in mind, I think we should probably get some level 10 forts going in Luxembourg. Probably should have thought of that earlier. Okay, fantastic. Well, with this horrendous border gore over here, it's not too bad, just a couple of spots. With this fall of the Soviets, I think we'll call it a part there. Thanks very much for watching. Next time, we'll divert our forces over here in the east over to this front against the US, and hopefully see what we can do about knocking down this arsenal of democracy. But until then, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.